Hello guys, in this video we will be learning about the contribution of the fishing industry in Indonesia. Indonesia consists of land and sea areas with over 17,508 small and big islands. Because of that, Indonesia is called an archipelagic state. About 62% of Indonesia's territory is sea and water, with a coastline of 81,000 kilometers. Based on the information from the Badan Informasi Geospasial, the total area of waters is 3,257,483 square kilometers. Indonesia has over 1,650 fish species and is known to be a country with the most variety of fishes in the world. 8,500 species of fish live in Indonesian waters. 1,300 species of this number inhabit fresh water. Here are the top 3 largest fish producing areas in Indonesia. The first is Tegal City. Tegal is a city in central Java. The reason why they are capable of producing large amounts of fish is because they are located near the Java Sea. Every year, fishermen in the city of Tegal are able to catch up to 1,400 tons of fish. Tuna, shrimp, sardinella, mackerel, squid are the main species produced. Cilacap City is the second city included in the list and is located still in central Java. The city is able to produce a lot of fish both from the seawater and freshwater. The largest marine catches are skipjack and squid. Every year, fishermen in Cilacap are able to catch 90 tons of fish. Next, Muncar Banyuwangi. This district is located in East Java province. Muncar can produce fish in large quantities. The area includes the confluence of the Java Sea and the Indian Ocean. Even though during the full moon, fishermen usually stop at sea for 7 to 10 days. The catch is fantastic. Fishermen are able to catch up to 20,000 tons of fish per year. Sardinella lemuru is the fish with the highest number of production there. Muncar has also a fish auction place, which is the largest auction place in Indonesia. Here is the fishing sector contribution to Indonesia's GDP. Gross domestic product or GDP at current prices in the fishery sector reached 150.70 trillion rupiahs in the third quarter of 2021. This value contributed 2.66% of Indonesia's total GDP, which reached 4,325.44 trillion rupiahs. The contribution of the fishery sector to the national GDP in the third quarter of 2021 was lower than the previous quarter, which reached 2.83%. The figure also decreased from the third quarter of 2020, which was 2.73%. However, the contribution from this sector is still the second largest in the fields of agriculture, forestry, and fisheries. The first position is occupied by livestock, hunting services sector with a contribution of 10.96%. Here is the amount of fishery production in Indonesia. The Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries noted that national fish production reached 23.16 million tons in 2020. This number decreased by 2.93% compared to the previous year, which was 23.86 million tons. In detail, 9.92 million tons of fishery production is seaweed. The proportion reached 42.84% of the total fishery production last year. A total of 7.7 million tons are captured in fisheries production. This amount is equivalent to 33.26% of the total fishery production. Meanwhile, 5.54 million tons are aquaculture production. In this data, the largest number of fish production occurred in 2019, which was 23.86 million tons. Meanwhile, the lowest amount of fish production in 2015 was 22.31 million tons. Next, national fish consumption. The Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries report shows that the national fish consumption figure in 2020 is 56.39 kilograms per capita. This figure increased by 3.47% compared to the previous year, which was 54.5 kilograms per capita. Maluku is listed as the province with the most fish consumption in Indonesia in 2020, which is 72.76 kilograms per capita. Southeast Sulawesi is in the next position with a total fish consumption of 71.13 kilograms per capita. During the last 10 years, the national fish consumption rates tends to increase. In 2012, the national fish consumption figure was only 32.25 kilograms per capita. Minister of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries, Sakti Wahyu, also encouraged the public to increase consumption in fisheries product production during the COVID-19 pandemic. Fish contains immunostimulants, which are compounds that can stimulate the immune system in the body. Next, number of Indonesian fishermen. The Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries noted that the number of Indonesian fishermen showed a declining trend since 2017. At the time, the number of Indonesian fishermen had increased 1% from 2.64 million to 2.67 million. The number of fishermen in Indonesia then decreased by 1.1% to 2.64 million in 2018. The figure also declined by 9.5% to 2.39 million in 2019. These fishermen include marine fishermen, inland public water fishermen, and cultivators. Most Indonesian fishermen are in Maluku, which is 237.3 thousand people, then followed by Central Java and East Java with 223.6 thousand people and 187.1 thousand people respectively. A total of 123.4 thousand fishermen were in North Sumatra in 2019. Then there were 108.8 thousand fishermen in South Sulawesi in the same period. South Kalimantan is recorded to have 100.2 thousand fishermen in 2019. East Kalimantan and Southeast Sulawesi have 99,000 fishermen and 85.2 thousand people respectively. Meanwhile, the fishermen are at least in Jakarta, namely 3.5 thousand people. Above it are Yogyakarta and North Kalimantan with the number of fishermen respectively 9.3 thousand people and 13.6 thousand people. Why the decrease of fishermen? Well, fishermen in various regions in Indonesia are greatly affected by the climate crisis because fishing activities in the sea rely heavily on friendly weather. If the weather at the sea is not friendly, then fishermen cannot go there. In addition, the climate crisis makes it difficult for fishermen to predict the weather. The waves in the sea are getting higher due to the climate crisis. This condition forces fishermen not to go to sea. As a result, fishermen in Indonesia can only go to sea for 180 days or 6 months in a year. This worsens the social and economic life of fishermen in Indonesia. This condition has forced fishermen in Indonesia to switch professions. In the future, the climate crisis will continue to worsen the lives of fishermen in Indonesia. Based on the latest report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, published on February 28, 2022, the climate crisis will reportedly increase rising temperatures and force fishes to move from the tropics and will reduce Indonesia's income from fishing by 24%. While in Southeast Asia, 99% of coral reefs will experience bleaching and die due to the climate crisis by 2030 and by 2050. 95% will reach the category of the highest threat level, impacting coral-dependent fisheries. The extractive industry also causes a decrease in the number of fishermen in Indonesia. In coastal areas, fishermen have to deal with the expansion of reclamation and mining projects in Indonesia. Next and last is Indonesia's export in the fishing sector. Minister of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries Sakti Wahyu said that the export value of fishery products throughout 2021 reached 5.72 billion US dollars, an increase of 9.82% compared to 2020. The main export commodities, namely shrimp by 40%, seaweed by 6%, squid and octopus by 10%, crab by 11%, and tuna, skipjack, and mackerel by 13%. The main export destination countries are the United States with 45%, China with 15%, Japan with 11%, ASEAN with 9%, and the European Union with 6%. Well, that's it for this video. Please give a like if you enjoyed and thank you for watching.